The town of Lac Megantic is preparing to mark an emotional anniversary this Sunday. It's going to be a year since the devastating derailment that shook the community to its core. 47 people were killed when a runaway train carrying crude oil jumped the tracks and exploded in the center of the town. Residents will mark the occasion with the unveiling of a monument and a 47-minute candlelight vigil walk to honor the victims of the tragedy. Parts of the community are still struggling to rebuild after that accident, and many business owners are still waiting for compensation. Lac Megantic resident Daniel Poulin is also the editor of local publication Journal MGR. Mr. Poulin, welcome. How is your community coping a year after the tragedy?
I think that I'll use the words of Mr. Raymond Fontaine this morning on RDE. He said, when this disaster happened, it was like we went into a numbness, some kind of numbness, and just waiting for this bad dream to end. Now we woke up and the bad dream is still there. So this is the way we are right now, struggling with this disaster.
Have there been improvements that you can see in the past year?
Not too much improvements. If we talk about the people of Megantic, not too much improvement. You have to know that there are still maybe half the population of Megantic is dealing or dealt with the Red Cross. Last news I had from Megantic, we had 400 people who saw on a regular basis social workers to try to make up things to get this puzzle back again and try to live again. So it's very emotional in Lac Megantic this weekend, and there are people from Megantic who did not want to be there tonight and tomorrow. I'm one of them.
We heard earlier today the story of a pharmacist who just last week was allowed into the remains of his pharmacy. I take it people are not satisfied with the progress being made?
Progress for people, it's too slow. It should go a little bit faster. We are waiting for governments, federal, provincial, waiting for the town council. We have the Bureau de Sécurité. They have so much things they have to look for. And when you're in business, you have to deal with things very fast. But when you work for the government, it's another ball game. It's slow. You have so much thing to answer to. It's terrible.
I'm wondering what it is that the government or the authorities tell people when people inquire as to why it's taken so long to help right their lives. What do they hear from authorities?
Well, about the only thing we hear about the authorities is, well, be patient. Well, we've been patient since last July. Winter was really long and hard on everybody. Spring came with some promises, some little good news. But right now, the business community in Megantic is trying to get on its feet again, and it's really too slow.
And then there's the emotional loss of the 47 people who died in that inferno. Mr. Poulin, tell us what life is like for the families of those 47 people.
Well, they're trying to get the pieces together right now. They're trying to cope with this. For some, it was really harder than for others, but they're getting out of it. But there's one thing in Megantic, one feeling everybody has, and I'll tell you a little story. When I came in Toronto today, I saw a whole convoy of DOT 111 on the tracks of the CNR, and it did something to me to see those cars again. It did something. So in Megantic, each time the train enters the town, it whistles, and we look over our shoulder. And I think it will be like that for some years.
Daniel Poulin, editor of Journal MGR. Mr. Poulin, I appreciate you speaking with us.
It's been a pleasure.